On March 9, 1964, the final decision was made by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court issued a unanimous vote of 9-0, meaning they were all for New York Times. The court said the newspaper company had all rights to publish their statements under the protection of the First Amendment. The court said in order for Sullivan to prove that libel was used in the newspaper, Sullivan needed to provide evidence that was set against him to prove malice. Justice Brennan delivered the opinion of the court. The main question is whether the First Amendment allows a public official to bring defamation actions for false statements about public issues. Justice Brennan explained that public debates can express intense feelings such as sarcasm and express attacks and false information about the government and public officials. But the First Amendment allows any kind of speech to be expressed, including hateful and targeted opinions. But the court said if a public official can prove a false statement that intends malice, the public official does have the right to sue the person. Sullivan had to prove that the New York Times knew the statement was false, but he failed to do so. Brennan summarized that the New York Times didn't know that the advertisement had inaccuracies. This concludes that the New York Times did not act maliciously towards Sullivan and couldn't be held liable. Justice Black's concurrent opinion was the press was 100% protected by the First Amendment and they cannot be sued for defamation claims by public officials, but he thought the Constitution should protect the press from defamation claims by public officials if the press intended malice. Justice Goldberg also agreed with Black's opinion that the press was protected by the First Amendment.